Darnell Washington just said about Aaron Rodgers stunned everyone, and nobody saw it coming. The quiet Steelers tight end who barely talks suddenly dropped a bombshell right before the playoffs. What he revealed about his frustrations has the whole NFL world buzzing. This could change everything for Pittsburgh as they prepare to face the Texans. Washington's decision to speak publicly about a player from another team is a big deal. The second-year tight end from Georgia has stayed quiet since joining the Steelers. He is focused on getting better and helping the team however they need him. The fact that he is speaking up now shows something deeper is going on with the team. This is happening right when they are about to play their most important games of the season. Washington's comments come from things that happened during the regular season. The Steelers and Jets don't play each other much, but players still connect in different ways. They talk on social media, train together in the offseason, and stay connected because the league is so tight-knit now. Even though they are on different teams, players still interact. Whatever happened between Washington and Rodgers clearly bothered the young tight end enough that he still remembers it. Washington said his frustrations were not really personal. He was talking about bigger concerns with how some veteran players act and how that affects younger players trying to make it in the league. Rodgers is a four-time MVP and will be in the Hall of Fame one day. Everyone respects what he has done on the field. But how he acts in public and handles controversies in recent years has made him a divisive figure. Some people in the NFL and fans have mixed feelings about him now. The Steelers tight end mentioned feeling that there was a disconnect between the standards expected of younger players and the latitude given to established stars when it comes to team commitments and professional conduct. This sentiment resonates with observations many fans and media members have made about the modern NFL, where superstar players often operate under different rules than their teammates. Washington's comments suggest this dynamic has not gone unnoticed in Pittsburgh's locker room. What makes Washington's timing particularly interesting is that the Steelers are now entering the playoff phase where team cohesion and unified purpose become paramount. By addressing these frustrations now, Washington may be attempting to clear the air and refocus attention on what the team needs to accomplish rather than letting unspoken tensions simmer beneath the surface. Championship teams often require this kind of honest communication and willingness to address uncomfortable topics head-on. Head coach Mike Tomlin has built his reputation on maintaining strong locker room culture and not tolerating distractions. The fact that Washington felt comfortable speaking about his frustrations could indicate that Tomlin has fostered an environment where players can express themselves honestly while still maintaining the team-first mentality that has defined Pittsburgh football for decades. Tomlin has consistently emphasized the importance of standards and accountability, principles that align with the concerns Washington raised. The broader implications of Washington's comments extend beyond just the Rodgers situation. They reflect a generational shift happening across the NFL as younger players who grew up in an era of social media transparency and heightened awareness of workplace culture are less willing to accept the old-school approach of keeping everything internal. Washington represents a new breed of player who sees value in addressing issues openly rather than pretending they don't exist. For the Steelers specifically, Washington's willingness to speak out could serve as a galvanizing moment. Teams that win championships often point to instances where someone stood up and said what needed to be said, even if it was uncomfortable or unconventional. If Washington's comments resonate with his teammates and help crystallize their sense of identity and purpose heading into the playoffs, the tight end will have provided value that extends far beyond his contributions on the field. The preparation for the Texans game takes on added significance in this context. Houston presents a formidable challenge with their dynamic defense and emerging young talent on offense. The Steelers cannot afford any internal distractions or lack of focus if they hope to advance in the postseason. Washington's decision to address his frustrations now, rather than letting them fester, may actually help the team enter the game with greater clarity and unity of purpose. Washington's role in the Steelers' offense has been primarily as a blocking specialist, using his exceptional size and strength to create running lanes and protect the quarterback. However, his presence in the passing game has grown throughout the season as the coaching staff has found creative ways to utilize his athleticism in the red zone and on play-action situations. His development as a complete tight end mirrors his growth as a vocal leader willing to address challenging topics. The young tight end's comments also highlight the complexity of modern NFL locker rooms, where players must balance individual expression with collective goals. Washington clearly felt these frustrations were important enough to share publicly, but he also framed them in a way that ultimately redirects focus back to the team and their playoff aspirations. This kind of mature communication from a second-year player suggests Washington has been paying attention to the leadership examples set by veteran Steelers around him. Quarterback play will be crucial for Pittsburgh in their playoff matchup, and the Steelers have relied on a steady, if unspectacular, approach throughout the season. The connection between the quarterback and tight end positions is critical in modern offensive schemes, and Washington's blocking has been instrumental in creating the time and space needed for the passing game to function effectively. His ability to contribute in multiple phases makes him a valuable asset as the games become more important. The Steelers' defense needs to play their best game against Houston. The Texans' offense can make big plays and keep drives going. Pittsburgh's defense has carried the team all year long. How well they play in this playoff game will decide if the Steelers move forward or go home. When the defense plays with energy, it lifts up everyone on the team. This is why keeping the team united and focused matters so much right now. Special teams can be the difference in tight playoff games. The Steelers have worked hard on this part of their game all season, where the ball is on the field and big plays on kicks can change who wins. Washington helps out on special teams too because of his size and speed. This makes him even more valuable when the team needs him most. Getting mentally ready for playoff football is huge. The teams that win in the playoffs are the ones that stay calm under pressure. They stick to their game plan even when things get tense. Washington speaking up about his frustrations might actually help the team. It clears the air so everyone can focus better on beating Houston. No matter what happens in the game against the Texans, people will remember when Washington spoke his mind. Young players who are brave enough to say what needs to be said often become team leaders later on. Washington is showing he is more than just a good tight end. He wants to help the team in every way possible. The Steelers have always liked players who get what it means to play for Pittsburgh. The team's history is about being tough, holding everyone accountable, and putting the team before yourself. When Washington talks about being frustrated with how some star players act, it fits with what the Steelers believe in. It shows he gets what being a Steeler is all about. With the game getting closer, everyone wants to see if the team responds well. Will Washington speaking out fire up the players on game day? The Texans will be tough to beat, but the Steelers have good players and experience. Now they might have extra motivation too. Washington saying what was on his mind could be exactly what the team needed to get completely locked in for the playoffs.